from Basic Math 2A of Kapalong College of Agriculture, Sciences and Technology. And for today's video, tuturuan ko kayo kung paano mag-solve ng transportation problem using Northwest Corner Method, Less Cost Method, and Google's Approximation Method. So, let's go! 1, D2, D3, and D4 are source S1, S2, and S3. And we have our supply and demand. Our supply is 300, 200, and 150. And our demand is 250, 200, 150, and 50. So, we need to calculate our supply and demand. 300 plus 200 is 500 plus 150 is 650. And we have 250 plus 200 is 250, and we have 150 and 50 equals 650. So we have a balanced transportation problem. In this method, we need to start in the corner. So we need to start in the cell number 12. And now we have a demand of 250 and a supply of 300. So we need to allocate 250 in the cell number 12, 250. So this will become 0, and 300 minus 250 is equal to 50. So we need to cancel. And then no. So next is 5. So our supply is 50 and our demand is 200, so we need to allocate 50 here. Then it will become to 0, and then 200 minus 50 is equal to 150. So cancel because it's already satisfied. Next is 8. So we have a supply of 200, a demand of 150. So we need to allocate 150 here. So it will become 0, and then 200 minus 150 is equal to 50. So we need to cancel this cell. Then next is 5. We have a demand of 150 and a supply of 50. So we need to allocate 50 in the cell number 5. So 150 minus 50 is equal to 100. And then this will become to 0. So we need to cancel this cell. And then next is 11. We have a demand of 100 and a supply of 150, so we need to allocate 100 here. Then it will become to 0, and then 150 minus 100 is equal to 50. So last cell is 15, and we have a supply of 50 and then a demand of 50, so we need to allocate 50 here. Then it will become to 0 and then 0. So now we need to proceed to the minimum total transportation cost. So we have 12 times 250 here. Then next is plus 5 times 50 plus 8 times 150 plus 8 times 150 plus 5 times 50, then plus 11 times 100 plus 15 times 50. So we need to total this and 12 times 50 is equal to 3,000 plus 5 times 50 is equal to 250 plus 8 times 150 is equal to 8 times 150 is equal to 1,200 plus 5 times 50 is equal to 250 plus 11 times 100 is equal to 1,100 plus 15 times 50 is equal to 750, and the total of 6,550, and this is our total cost. Next is the less cost method. In the less cost method, kailangan natin magsimula sa pinakamaliit. So we need to start in 4. So we have the demand of 50 and the supply of 300. So we need to allocate 50 here, and then it will become 20, and 300 minus 50 is equal to 250. So next is 4, next is 5. We have 5 here, so we have a demand of 200 and a supply of 250, so we need to allocate 250 here, 200 rather, then it will become 20, then 200 minus 250 minus 200 is equal to 50, so it will become 50. Then next sa 5 is 5, because we have 5, then we have a supply of 200 and a demand of 150, so we need to allocate 150 here, and then this will become 0, then 200 minus 150, this will become 50. Next 5 is 6, so this column will satisfy, so we need to move to the number 7. So 7, we have 150 and 250, so we need to allocate 150 here, then it will become 0, then 250 will become 100. Next is 8. This column is already satisfied, so we need to move to 10. Then this column is already satisfied, so we need to proceed to 11. So 11, we have the demand of 100 and a supply of 50, so we need to allocate 50 here, then this will become 0 and this will become 50. Then we need 11. Next is 12, so we have 50 supply and 50 in the demand, so we need to allocate 50 here, so it will become 0 and become 0. As you can see, we already satisfied the column and its row. So now we need to proceed to the next minimum total transportation cost. So we need to proceed to the minimum transportation cost. Next is the minimum transportation cost, the minimum total transportation cost. We have 12 times 50 plus 11 times 50 plus 7 times 150 plus 5 times 200 plus 5 times 150 plus 4 times 50. So 12 times 50 is 3,000. 12 times 50 is 600 plus 11 times 50 is 550 plus 7 times 150 is 1050 plus 5 times 200 is 1000 plus 5 times 150 is 750 plus 4 times 50 is 200 equals 4,150. So we have our total cost. Next is the Vogel's approximation method or VAM. In this method, kailangan nating hanapin ang pinakamaliit at saka yung sumunod sa pinakamaliit at kailangan natin silang i-subtract. So first, we have 5 minus 4, so 1. And then here is 5 and 8, so 8 minus 5 is equal to 3. Then here is 7 and 11, so 11 minus 7 is equal to 4. And then here is 11 and 7, so 11 minus 7 is equal to 4. Then 8 and 5, 8 minus 5 is equal to 3. Then 5 and 6, so 6 minus 5 is equal to 1. Then 10 and 4, so 10 minus 4 is equal to 6. Then kailangan natin hanapin ang pinakamalaki sa kanila. So we have 6. So let's start here. So hanapin natin ang pinakamaliit. So we have 4. So we have a supply of 300, then a demand of 50. So we need to allocate 50 here, and then it will become to 0, and this will become to minus 50 to 50. So this will already satisfied. Next is same process. 5 minus 1 we have 5 minus 6 we have 1, and then 5 minus 3 we have 3, 5 minus 8 we have 3, and then 11 minus 7 we have 4, and then 11 minus 7 we have 4. Next is 8 minus 5 we have 3, and 5 minus 6 is we have 1. And then we need to find the bigger value, so let's have 4. So here is the smallest value, so we need to start in 7. So we have a demand of 250 and a supply of 150, so we need to allocate 150 here, 150. So this will become 0, and then this will become 100, and then this is already satisfied. So next is same process. 5 minus 1 is 1, and 5 minus 6 is 1, 8 minus 5 is 3, then it's already 0, so cancel. Then here is 12 minus 11 is 1, then 5 minus 8 is 3, then 6 minus 5 is 1. So we need to find the biggest value, so we have 3, and then we need to find the smallest value here, so we have 5. So we have a demand of 200 and a supply of 250, so we need to allocate 200 here and then cancel. Then 200, 250 minus 200, we have 50. Then this is already satisfied. So same process, 12 minus 6, we have 6. 11 minus 5, we have 6. Then it's already satisfied. Then 11 minus 12 is, we have 1. Then it's already satisfied. Then 6 minus 5, we have 1, and then it's already satisfied this. So we need to find the biggest value, so we have 6. So here 6. So we have a supply of 200, then a demand of 100, so we need to allocate 100 here. Then it will become 0. Then 200 will become 100. So this is already satisfied. So same process, so 6 is the cell already remaining, so we have 6. Then here is, we have 5. Then here is, we have nothing, cancel. We have 1, near cancel, and cancel. So we need to find the biggest value, so we have 6. So here we have a supply of 50 and the demand of 150, so we need to allocate 50 here, 50. Then it will become 0. Then it will become 100. So this cell is already cancelled. Next is same process, cancel. Then we have 5, cancel, cancel, cancel. I know we have 5. Then cancel, cancel. So we need to find the biggest value, so since magkapareho sila, pumili lang tayo sa kanila. Then here, dito tayo pipili. So we have 100 supply and 100 demand, so need to allocate 100 here. So this will become 0, and then this will become 0, and all will satisfied. So now we need to proceed to the minimum total transportation cost. Now we need to proceed to the minimum total transportation cost. The minimum total transportation cost. So we have 5 and 200 plus 6 and 50 plus 4 and 50 or 4 and 50, then plus 11 and 100, then next is 5 and 100, 5 and 100, then 7 and 150. So 5 times 200, we have 1000, plus 6 times 50, we have 300, plus 4 times 50, we have 200, plus 11 times 100, we have 1100, then 5 times 100, we have 500, plus 7 times 150, we have 1050, and a total of 4150. So we have the total cost. Then we need to proceed in the Moody method. First is find UI and VG for all occupied cells IG, where CIG is equal to UI plus VG. Then substituting U1 is equal to 0. So our cell 1 is equal to U1 plus V1 is equal to 12. So our U1 and V1 is 12. So 12. So V1 is 12 is equal to 12 minus V1 is 0. 12 minus 0 is equal to 12. Next is U1 plus V2 is equal to 5. So V2 is equal to 5. Then our U1 is 0. So minus 0 is equal to 5. Next is U1 plus V4 is equal to 4. So our V4 is 4. Then U1 is 0. So minus 0 is equal to 4. Next is we have U2 plus V1 is equal to 11. So U2 is 11. Then our V1 is equal to 12. So minus 12, we have negative 1. Next is U2 plus V3 is equal to 5. So our V3 is equal to 5. Then minus our U2. So our U2 is negative 1. So minus negative 1, we have 6. Next is U3 plus V1 is equal to 7. So our U3 is equal to 7. Then our V1 is equal to 12. So minus 12. So we have negative 5. So our U1 is equal to 0. So 0. Our U2 is equal to negative 1. Our U3 is equal to negative 5. And our V1 is equal to 12. Our V2 is equal to 5. Our V3 is equal to 6. And our V4 is equal to 4. Next is find the DIG for all unoccupied cells IG, where DIG is equal to CIG minus UI plus VG. So we have D13 is equal to C13 minus UI plus V3. So our C13 is 6 here, 6. So we put 6 minus our UI is 0. So 0. Our V3 is 6. So V3 is 6. So plus 6 is equal to 0. Next is D22 is equal to C22 minus U2 plus V2. So our C22 is 8. So 8 minus our U2 is, the value is negative 1. So we have negative 1 plus our V2 is 5. So we have plus 5 is equal to 4. Next is D24 is equal to C24 minus U2 plus V4. Our C24 is 10. Then minus our U2. Our U2 is negative 1. So negative 1 plus our V4, which is 4. So plus 4 is equal to 7. So next is D32 is equal to C32 minus U3 plus V2. So our C32 is, we have 15. So 15 minus our U3, which is negative 5. So negative 5 plus our V2, which is 5. So plus 5 is equal to 15. Next is that D33 is equal to C33 minus U3 plus V3. Our C33 is 11. Then, so 11 minus our U3 which is negative 5. So, negative 5 plus our V3 which is 6. So, plus 6 is equal to 10. Next is D34 is equal to C34 minus U3 plus V4, which is our C34 is 15. Then our U3 is negative 5 plus our V4, which is 4. So 15 minus negative 5 plus 4 is equal to 16. So as we can see, there is no negative here in our unoccupied cell. So since there are no negative in the result, therefore it is not possible to reduce to the total cost. The result X optimal, we have here 50, then we have here 200, next is 0, we have 50, then we have 50, 0, we have 150, next is 0, then we have 150, we have 0, 0, and 0. So we have now is mean is equal to 4,150, and this is our final answer. That's all. Thank you.